me in what he is saying. Real quick, what drives you to want to share the real you and not the quote unquote social media you to those who may never meet you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. And I think what drives me is really one of the things is how I used to be on social media.
Okay.
I used to be like very, very judgmental. And thinking that I was judging righteously,
right.
per John 7:24, and maybe in some cases I was, but like man, like the way that I would go about doing it though was almost as if my boo boo didn't stink or something, you know. And so,
Bro, you said my boo boo didn't stink.
I did say boo boo, yeah. I got twins, man. Like
I'm with you.
Yeah, but like you know, like I just like I alienated a lot of people because I had this like, yo, listen, I'm Christian and
Right.
I don't do this now. That was a time, dude. Like I didn't like even when it came to like Christian rap, like dude, like I used to be on people's necks, like yo, you can't be Christian doing that, you know, whatever. And if it wasn't for me hearing like Bizzle and Shaolin, like I probably would have still been like, I don't know, like wait a minute, like this is dope. I like this. But anyway, like when I talk to people and I'm telling them about something, I think it's important for them to know like, yo, listen, I'm not telling you this as in to communicate that I'm better than you.
Right.
I'm telling you this as in I know what deliverance feels like. I know what bondage feels like. I know what sin feels like. I've stood in a pulpit and I've admitted, like, I know sin feels good.
Right.
I know it intimately.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I know Christ can save us from that. I know that intimately, you know, and so that transparency is like I think that it allows people to see that like, yo, you're going to see me screw up,
right?
And when you do, you won't be surprised by it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'll know it's like, hey, yeah, because this is somebody that's in need of the same Christ that I'm in need of, you know, like and so forth. And that's my point. It's like I want y'all to know, like this Christ that I preach, I need him like you need him, you know, and I recognize my need for him just like I recognize your need for him and so forth. And so those are some of the things, man. And you know what's funny? It's like when I go in like writing, like I don't know how to explain it, man. It's rare that I go in writing with an agenda. I just kind of start writing,
okay.
And the song oftentimes will like form itself. I mean, like I'll pray about it and so forth, but like. Sometimes it's like I'll write, like originally when I wrote that song, when I Heard My Cry, I originally wrote that to the public service announcements from Jay-Z.
Really?
Different energy, right?
Yeah.
But I came across this producer who with that song, and I was like, yo, this song actually speaks a little bit more to the heart of what's behind it. There's a lot of songs that's like that. That song, my song, oh snap. The Rundown.
Okay.
I originally started writing that to Petey Pablo. Oh no, not Petey Pablo.
I'm about to say.
No. What's my man from Atlanta? They know. Hey yo.
Shorty Low.
Shorty Low. Yeah. I originally started writing to that. You know, saying until no. My fault. Not that song.
D4L.
Spitfire. I originally started writing to Shorty Low.
Really?
Yeah. Until I came across the beat,
Same
producer as this guy. I forget what his name is. My bad. But I originally wrote like a lot of my songs. I originally wrote to like secular songs, to secular instrumentals, and then came across like certain instruments. But it's like I would just start writing. Sometimes it'll be like I'll think of a line, right? I got this song unreleased. Y'all ain't heard it. Nobody's heard it yet. It's called Selah. And so. In the Selah, or Selah, some people say Selah, but when I went and Googled it and pushed the audio thing, the dude said Selah, so that's how I said Selah. It's in Google is law, in case anybody didn't know. Which by definition, it can mean like, hey, it's a praise break or
pause.
Pause, stop and think. Some people say something like it can mean like, also mean like another way of saying like amen in a sense. So I've heard like different definitions for it. In this song, like the way that it's used, whatever definition you believe for that, it fits, right? That's the name of the song. But the line that I came up with really, I ain't gonna say it has nothing to do with that. It's just more so like, I wrote that song. I came up with this line first, and then like I built the song around that line, and then came up with the hook, right? So here's the line. So it's the last 2 lines, but this is the rhyme scheme. I said, there's 2 sides of the fence. You can't straddle, so pick one. The fight is so fixed, it's his battle and it's one. My righteousness is rags. I need my habits to get gone, but in this robe, this is the line right here that I built the song around. In this robe, I'm super fly like a maggot from Krypton.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. I was like, when I
super fly maggot. Okay.
Yeah, I'm super fly like a maggot from Krypton. So I said that line. You know, I came up with that line because I came up with that line was just like super fly like a maggot. I was like, oh, that's dope. Let me write that down. I was like, but now I got to figure out how I'm gonna use this. Like what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna build. And so I built this whole song around it, and it's just a little fun song on this new project I'm working on.
So okay, with that, I've noticed your style has changed a little bit. Have you? Well, I'm sure you've noticed where, like I said earlier, you're not necessarily known as the deep lyrical type guy, but I noticed on Underground Railroad you did kind of step over to more wordplay, and even like the phrases. So breaking out make a high.
Yeah.
Anyway, so breaking that down, right? I hear the wordplay.
Yeah.
And even what you just said, I hear the wordplay.
Yeah.
So do you feel it's that time for you to transform? Here's what I'm saying. So Lecrae, when he went from so Lecrae at one point in time, and I know this to be true, he was doing like a lot of youth groups.
Yeah.
It got to a point hanging around certain individuals, he got tired of that and said he no longer wants to make songs for quote unquote Billy and Susie. He wants to do songs for Jamal and Shaquita type ordeal, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where his style started shifting up and switching up his production the whole nine, and we have the Lecrae we have now today.
Yeah.
But he did it because he wanted to reach a different area of people. He didn't do it for like money or for any other kind of crazy way. He did it because like he saw a need over there. He wanted to step into that realm there. Are you switching your style up because you see a need in a different area, or is it almost involuntary, or where is your head at with where you're going now, or do you even notice it?
Well, so I'm put it like this. I don't notice it in terms of say like in the context of say like why like how like Lecrae switched up and so forth. So it's nothing like that where it's like, hey, I need to do this for these. But for me, it's just like, hey, I don't want to get bored with myself, and so it's like I try to write in a way that's interesting and unique for or cater to the beat or whatever. Like I try to do different stuff. Like my man Dwayne, like he said one thing I noticed about you, man, it's like you don't sound the same on every song. Okay. And I shoot for that because there's certain albums. I'm trying to think I can't think of who it was. I don't even want to call anybody out like that. But like I'll listen to an album and I'm like, dude, it's almost like, man, I'm listening to the same song, and it's like granted you may be saying something dope, but I'm lost on the fact that it sounds like it's the same song. Gotcha. Whereas I will say this much, one of the things I noticed is like I feel like I do say a lot of stuff, but Shaolin helped me to be comfortable with this. Okay. Like so when I came into Christian rap, the whole purpose was to be very gospel centered, and to try to put the gospel in every song. I don't care what it was about. So like if like I'm rapping about my wife, I'm gonna talk about the gospel in there, how it reflects the church. Right? I lost my daughter, I'm talking about the gospel in there. Right. When rapping about Heard My Cry, Spitfire, like whatever the song is, it's like I'm gonna put the gospel in it. So it's almost like, well, I'm saying the same things but differently with different rhythms, different cadences. Maybe some of the same words, maybe not, maybe synonyms to these words, whatever the case may be. So like you're right. Like I don't think I'm. Personally, if you ask me, I don't think I'm that lyrical. Okay. I do think that I put out good content. Right. And I do think that like I do it creatively in a way that I find different ways to deliver it, like with different rhythms and cadences and so forth. I do that on purpose. Like I love finding ways to say something and finding ways to tongue twist my ways and so forth. And so on the Underground Railroad, it just so happened to come out that way. Okay. And so it's like, all right, as I'm trying to find different ways to do it, and so like for example, you mentioned the song earlier. It was Witness when I started with the Make It Like a High. Right. When I say something like, well, they hate God, they just living for the hell of it. Right. Well, on the Underground Railroad, I say something else about like I say something about like not living for the hell of it. Like I say that again, but like in a different rhyme scheme. so forth, and so it's like I'm saying something. Really, quite frankly, I am saying some of the same thing, and I recognize that, and I do that on purpose because I saw a great need for an understanding of what the gospel means, and how we should understand the gospel. So like this next project that's coming, like people are going to get hit over the head with the doctrine of justification and being dressed in Christ in the righteous robe of Christ. It's called the pottery.
The pottery.
It's called the pottery. That's how you pronounce it. It's spelled P-O-T''R. Because it's an acronym for the people of the robe. Because people of the robe.
A robe, okay.
The people of the robe. Now I know that's not like a phrase how we usually identify ourselves as Christians, but what I mean by that is that he's the potter, right? He forms us in his image, and he saved. He's the God of our salvation. He's the one who fixed us from our broken states, right? And then we abide in him. He abide in us. So that's why, you just want to make sure so we don't get it twisted. It's not necessarily about the people. It's about the God and his people. Right. And so this particular album, I focus a lot on the doctrine of justification by faith, but then I also deal with the various struggles and issues and the blessings and the promises and all this stuff. Like all of this, it's all about being people of Christ. And him being sovereign over this people, and it was really inspired out of what I saw a lot of last year, in which I saw a lot of Christians talking like they wasn't Christians.
Okay. Anyways, man, thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a privilege, been an honor to sit down with my guy T. Barlow. Speaking of which, where did that come from, real quick? Your name.
Oh man, you want me to get my government?
Well, never mind. Yeah. They could be watching.
It's my first initial and last name. I actually ain't scared, man. My first name's Terrence. But
you look like a Terrence.
I know.
I would have said Quincy.
What?
Yeah.
Nah.
I would have said Quincy.
Real names, no gimmicks. That came from Obi Trice. I stole his thing.
Real name, no gimmicks.
Yeah. The old man, and it used to be like I was gonna I was gonna keep the old name, T. Damaris. Like that's my minute. So like if you see on Facebook, my Facebook name is T. Damaris Barlow. Damaris is that's my middle name, whatnot. I ain't ashamed. Listen, the reason why I ain't worried about people stealing somebody trying to steal my identity, you just be practicing, like legit, like if you get approved for something, you let me know.
So we can all rejoice.
Right, you understand? But I used to go by T. Damaris.
T. Damaris.
Yeah, but when I came, then I put down the mic for a while because I was a super Christian, right? And, we didn't touch the mics, like if it wasn't him, it ain't about him, But but when I came back, people here were already calling me T. Barlow. I don't know what made them how it flew out of their mouths like that. But like the different choirs I play for, man, T. Barlow. We're going over T. Barlow. You on the drums? T. Barlow on the drums. It's like bump it. That's it. That's me. I'm T. Barlow, man. So.
Well, it's been an honor, man, talking to my man T. Barlow.
Yeah, man.
Getting to know him better. This is gonna be I'm gonna break, so I'm gonna do part 1, part 2, because this one's mad long. I always get in trouble about having long videos.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got no attention span these days. Yeah.
But man, it's been an honor talking to you, my guy. Thanks for letting me come out to your city, man. Show me around. You say you got an album coming out?
Yeah, The Potter.
When is that? Do you know yet?
I don't have a date yet. Now, I wanted to be done with rehearsal, with recording everything before this baby was born. It don't look like that's gonna happen. But yeah, it's hopefully before the end of the summer. I don't have a date. I don't have a date yet, but that's what's dope about being independent. I can make my own schedule.
Any features we know about?
Yeah. Josh.
Keep it a secret.
I'll tell you, Josh Priest is on there. And some people that y'all don't know, locally, my man Jesus' little brother. Yeah, that's his name. Real name, don't give me. No, I'm joking. That's a gimme. So if you ever heard the song Matters, the sister on there named Queen Till. I was in the studio with her last night, and I love her voice, man. My other sister from the song That You Like Sometimes, Jayla. I always call her Jayla the Hummingbird. But Jayla Hill, she's on there. I'm trying to think who else that y'all would know. Actually, I got a verse that I'm waiting on from Reed Big Verses. We'll see what happens.
Reed?
Yeah, we ain't never. Listen, y'all understand, man? Like people be having dreams of working with super huge men. Honestly, these people that I'm working with, they some unknowns. they're my dreams. Like
Really?
like working with Josh Crease, doing something with
Josh
Reed.
is a problem.
Yeah, he is. The people don't realize it. I hate that they sleep on it the way that they do, but
Josh is a problem.
yeah. And so and then there's another guy, Hope Music, by the name of Hope Music from out of Florida or whatnot. He's with the if y'all know who DJ NYK is, he's with his camp and whatnot, and he's some up and coming guys, and he had me feature on a song, so I got him featured on one, and this lady Serenity Fleming, shout out to Serenity Fleming. This is DJ NYK's wife.
Pretty name.
Yeah, she's dope vocalist. I got some other local talent from around here, and hopefully if we can get my daughter right. I got some for her. Oh, Genesis. Yeah, got Genesis.
Oh, Genesis on it?
Yeah, man. So I feel like
Genesis,
yeah, shout out. I love Genesis,
like
man.
Genesis.
It's only right that since I called it the People of the Road, that I make it somewhat of a fellowship album, because the People of the Road are about fellowship.
Got you.
And so this is me really branching out on trying to do some collaborations. I never really usually, if you know most of my music, you hear it's like it's really me, maybe a vocalist, but it's but it's really me, and so I'm looking forward to this, man.
Man. Well, keep us posted, my guy.
Yep.
So you check it out, man. But yo, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate it. Your boy Los. See you, Barlow. We out.
Peace. Y'all be good.